Good morning. Meteorologist Nick Johnston here, coming to you live on Facebook and on YouTube from the New School Center for Media in Albany on what is going to be a fairly miserable Thursday. But that light at the end of the tunnel continues to get even brighter. It looks like a spectacular weekend. Worst day ever. In the valleys, it's going to be a little mixing possible at times. In the hill towns, there will be some snow. In fact, in spots this morning, there's been some moderate snow. You want to be a little cautious on some of the back roads where there may be a coating of snow already covering some of the roadways in the higher elevations this morning. So that's something to watch out for this morning. Lisa Johnson, good morning. Karen Johnson, good morning. Mary Loomis Ilario, good morning. Helen Haskell, good morning. All right, let's talk more about what's going on in the weather headlines here. Today, valleys, mostly rain, coating, less than an inch possible, but again, snow probably than rain. A little bit of mixing possible, though. Higher elevations could see 1 to 4 inches in the hill towns. Locally, as much as 5, maybe a little bit more, but that'll be the exception to the rule. In the hill towns, it does look like maybe slightly less than it looks like would be possible yesterday. Temperatures are a little higher than it looked like they would be yesterday, and that's helping keep the numbers down a little bit more. We were never expecting much in the valleys, but in hill towns, it looks like slightly less than it looked like yesterday. Still, there will be some snow. There's already been some moderate snow in some of the hill town locations, and you definitely want to be cautious on some of the roads. That's today. Then Friday, cool, becoming gusty, breezy, blustery conditions at times. Isolated rain or snow shower will be possible tomorrow, but some will stay dry all day tomorrow. It's going to be mostly cloudy with maybe just a passing rain or snow shower in spots. Nothing major for tomorrow in terms of precipitation, just another breezy, cool, and mostly cloudy day. However, the weekend looks much better. Much better. Temperatures come up mid-50s, possibly by Sunday, even some upper 50s, with bright sunshine and lighter winds than certainly what we'll be seeing on Friday. So there is certainly lots of good things to look forward to. And early next week, Monday and Tuesday, the weather looks even better than it will be this weekend. And this weekend looks pretty good. Okay, so let's talk more about what's going on for today. Barbara Cotrafeld. Cotrafeld? Good morning. Happy Friday Eve. Yeah, Friday Eve, Thursday. It feels like a Friday. Is that just me? Stephen Betzinger, good morning. All right, here's a look at what you should expect for today. On my drive into the new school this morning, it was generally light rain, and the radar will echo that when I show you the radar in just a minute or two. But in the hill towns, it's been a different story. Snow has been coming down, and as I mentioned, at a decent clip in spots. Temperatures are expected to rise into at least the lower 40s, maybe making it to the mid-40s in the Hudson Valley. It will not get into the mid-40s in some of the hill towns, where there might be some places that stay in the upper 30s, others closer to 40 degrees. By noon, it will be generally just rain in the valleys. It already is mostly rain in the valleys right now. A little bit of mixing still possible in the valleys this morning. In the hill towns, though, it is mostly snow. And while there may be a little changeover to some rain in the hill towns, higher elevations might see more snow persist through much of the day today. Then late in the afternoon and evening, even the valleys, Hudson Valley Capital Region, might see a few snow showers as we head into tonight, and temperatures drop to the low to mid-30s once again. Cold enough that we might see a few snow showers overnight tonight before they taper off and start to clear out as we head into Friday. Temperature at 5 o'clock in the low 40s, near 40 degrees. Valley rain, mountain mix, but again, we may see some snow showers even in the Hudson Valley and Capital Region in the late part of the day and into the evening. Winds today, not terrible, but they'll be at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, generally out of the north and northwest, helping to reinforce that colder air. And cold it will be. 44 degrees, that's about 15 degrees below normal. All right. Kathy Libby, good morning. Mary Puglieri, hope I got that right. Hello. Rita Donahue. Good morning, meteorologist Nick Johnston. Well, good morning, Rita. All right, let me show you what's normal. This almost, checking out the almanac for the past several weeks, really, has at times almost seemed like a cruel joke. Looking at what would be normal for this time of the year would be 60 degrees. And we have seen so few days with temperatures close to 60. 40s seems like the general rule for this April. We are about to change that. 39, the normal low. Some parts of the region today will barely get to 39 degrees for a high. Record, once again, in the low 90s. That's set back in 1976. Record low of 18 degrees, set back in the 1800s. We did register yesterday both a trace of liquid and of snow, and today, once again, even in the valleys, we might see at least a trace of snow, coating or so possible. Nothing big in the valleys, but in the hill towns, yeah, a few inches are possible. Record snowfall for today's date in Albany, 8.8 inches. Serious. That, interestingly enough, came with 1.65 inches of liquid. So I would guess that at least some of that was, once again, mixing with rain at times. That was back in 1983. So things could always be worse. I think 1.65 inches of rain mixed with 8.8 inches of snow, that would be worse than what we're seeing for today, for sure. All right, that's the almanac. Let's take a look around the region, some of the webcam images. Susan Dayton, depressing. Ugh, yeah, but we have the weekend to look forward to. Marie Baker, good morning. This seems more like early March than April. You are dead on right, Marie. All right, here's a look at what it looks like outside right now. That is in Cobleskill. Took me a second there. You can tell there's been a fresh coating of, I don't know, wet snow, mixed precipitation, whatever it is coated the fields there in Cobleskill. A gray start to the day, and it will be staying mostly cloudy for today and cool throughout the day. Here are the Cohoes Falls. Let me refresh the page here, hopefully brighten things up. Yep, there we go. Rivers, of course, continue to run high. Sheila Nitransky, snow in Hudson. Thank you for the update, Sheila. Rita Muckle, good morning. Another lovely day in upstate New York. Yeah, I'm getting just a hint of sarcasm there. This is in Hessville, New York, where you can tell there's also been a coating of snow. Check out the rooftop there on that shed. Freshly coated, so is the field. And it looks like it might be lightly snowing even right now in that picture there. Here's what it looks like from Saratoga Lake, where actually it looks like a little bit of a better day. I'll refresh this page right now. Yeah, actually seeing just a hint of sunshine in the distance. Not much wind either, you can tell. Gene VH, guess it's a good day for baking cookies. Yeah, Gene, absolutely. Steve Betzinger, April is the new February. Jeff Kellert, hey, Nick. Hi, Jeff. Good morning. This is what Long Lake looks like, where if you look at the beach, it has been freshly coated. Looks like it's maybe snowing or sleeting right now. And in the distance, you can tell it also looks like there is some precipitation falling there. This is Plattekill in the Catskills, where it's also been freshly dusted with snow. Now, up at Lake Placid, there's actually a break in the clouds. Farther north right now is kind of missing out on much of the precipitation. That'll probably change, though, in the mid to later part of the day. This is what the top of Whiteface Mountain looks like, where, you know, it's funny. The camera's lens obviously crusted with snow and ice, but if you look through, there's actually, it looks like a little bit of a bright spot. Just one or two holes in the otherwise covered camera's lens there. Tough to see exactly what's going on in the face. Shame, I'll bet it's a pretty picture. This is a less than pretty picture coming out of North Adams, Massachusetts right now, where the tarmac, though, does look wet and not icy. And finally, this is Manchester, Vermont, where it's a bit of a gloomy start. Not seeing a coating in the field there, at least not yet. That certainly could change. Gloria Murphy, good morning. Marie Igo? Good morning. Where's Spring? Marie, help me out with the pronunciation of your last name there. Spring is coming, Marie. It arrives this weekend, and I think you're going to like the 7-day forecast overall. All right, let's check out the radar now. Where at times this morning, especially in the Taconics, places like Grafton, places like Stephentown, and into southern Vermont and the Berkshires, these areas right here, there's been some moderate snow. Earlier, there was a special weather statement issued for those areas, just telling people to be careful. Some of the back roads may be coated because that snow was coming down at a decent clip. Now, most roads are going to stay absolutely fine as we head through the day today. That snow having an easier time sticking to, say, colder surfaces. The grass may accumulate a little bit, but it's going to have a tougher time on pavement actually sticking. Unless, of course, it's coming down at a heavier pace, and that's what we saw a little bit earlier in the Taconics, Berkshires, and into portions of southern Bennington County. So those areas, you want to use a little bit of extra caution this morning. Also, same thing goes earlier. There was a little bit of that moderate snow in parts of the Catskills. So you'd want to be a little bit extra cautious there. Notice if you head far enough north right now, the Adirondacks getting a bit of a break, missing out. Some of that snow, though, is starting to now spread up into the Adirondack Park. And again, that is going to be a possibility in the mid to later part of the day as well. Notice, though, it has been generally just rain in the Hudson Valley and Capital Region. That should stay the case, though there might be a few wet snowflakes mixed in at times. No significant accumulation is expected for the Hudson Valley and Capital Region. Different story as you start to get into those hill towns surrounding the Albany area. In fact, before I move on, I want to get in a little bit closer on those areas right now, mainly the Berkshires right now. Yeah, Lee, Massachusetts, Pittsfield, definitely seeing that more significant snow. Great Barrington as well. Beckett, Mass, definitely seeing some of that snow. Adams, Mass. North Adams, we took a look at the airport there. Looked like it was mostly wet, but again, that was the tarmac. That doesn't mean they haven't seen snow. As I said, it would have a tougher time sticking to the pavement, though that certainly is a possibility where it's been a little bit heavier. And yeah, look at this big batch where it still continues to be generally snow. So let's take a look at the temperatures, the watches, the warnings. Derek Burhans, the Whiteface Mountain camera is one of the few weather consistence in this mixed up spring. Yeah, that's a good call, Derek. Tina Johnston. Hi, Mom. Happy Thursday. Lenny Adams. Good morning. Spring needs to spring soon. I hear you, Lenny. And again, it will be. It definitely will be. This weekend looks a lot better. And you know what? Unlike last weekend, you might remember last week, it looked like we'd get a decent Friday and Saturday. And then we had to kind of drop our hopes for Saturday. Last Friday still turned out to be pretty nice, but Saturday, not so much. This weekend, the forecast has been more consistent. It does not look like things are changing much. Still time, sure. It's not yet Friday. It's not yet the weekend, but so far, the forecast looks a lot more consistent. The reason for that is a gigantic area of high pressure that's going to be taking control of our weather and not allowing any frontal boundaries to mess things up. That's what happened last weekend. This weekend looks a lot better. All right, with that in mind, let's take a look at, well, not yet, hang on. Let's get to the watches and warnings map. Now, earlier, there is, of course, a hazardous weather outlook up for the area. It's for today. Yes, there could be a little mixing, but most roads are going to stay in okay shape. Now, there's one exception to that, where this morning, I wanted to bring you this. This was a special weather statement that was issued for the Taconics, the Berkshires, and into portions of the Litchfield Hills. That was due to an area of more moderate snow that moved through. Now, this was in effect through 6:45. It has been dropped, but there may still be some issues on some of those roadways. You want to be a little bit cautious there. An area of moderate snow came through. Taconics, Berkshires, Litchfield Hills, snowfall rates up to a ½ inch per hour is why that may have been able to accumulate on some of the roads, the paved surfaces, which for the most part should not be a big concern as we head through the day today. But there was that brief exception, so you want to be a little cautious in those areas. Roads may become a little bit slippery there for a time. Things should be getting better as we speak. But again, might be a little messy in some of those spots. Not an issue in the Hudson Valley or Capital Region where, again, it has been mostly just rain. Mostly just rain. And the roads are more likely to be wet than icy. No major problems, especially not on the highways or major roadways. But again, in those hill towns, you want to be a little bit extra careful. Melinda Kerner, enough already. Yep. Kelleen O'Rourke, birds are chirping in Malta. Yeah, the birds, they don't seem to mind the weather we're seeing. Diane Hammond, good morning. All right, let me show you the temperatures because on a morning like this, obviously that's important. Most are above freezing. Now, even, of course, at 33 and 34 degrees, you can still get snow, of course. 32, though, there, a little cooler as you head just east of Albany. Albany has been in the mid-30s. Schenectady reporting 36. I was showing about 34, 35 around the Albany area, and that's what these temperatures are showing as well. Now, even as you head to the west as well, look at this, into the Catskills, down to 30 again. 33, again, is cold enough to support snow. That's near Schoharie. Into Fulton, Montgomery, look at that, that's 31. Out of Hamilton, that's 30, 32, coming out of the Adirondacks. But remember, the Adirondacks so far haven't seen much of that snow yet. They probably will before the day is done. Into southern Vermont, temperatures in Rutland are at 32 degrees. There's also a 36-degree reading. Bennington is at 33. Into the Litchfield Hills, where it's 34, 36. Most are above freezing, but even at 34, you can still get that snow. So again, the temperature doesn't tell the whole story, but it'll definitely tell you where snow is more likely. And in the Capital Region, temperatures have been just mild enough that it has been falling as mostly rain. And again, even where it is snow, unless it's heavy enough, it should have a tough time actually sticking and accumulating on the roads. Now, on the grass and on colder surfaces like your car, it might have an easier time actually sticking and accumulating. All right, let me show you the storm system responsible for this lovely weather we're having. This is this morning. Yeah, those two little areas of low pressure are responsible for the snow, which so far has been mostly south of the Adirondacks, from, say, the Mohawk Valley Capital Region to points south, east, and west. But I think that will be spreading up into the Adirondacks as we head into the afternoon. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, this is the afternoon where that low tracks a little bit further north and allows some of that precipitation to spread into the northern areas. Some mixing still possible, and it will remain mostly rain then in the valleys and to points farther south. Still could be some mix or some wet snow in the, say, Catskills, southern Vermont, maybe in the Berkshires, and some mixing for sure in parts of the Adirondacks. That's this afternoon. Into tonight, where we finish with a little bit of snow, potentially even in the Hudson Valley and Capital Region, though no significant accumulation is expected. And then as we head into, say, Friday, we're left with a few isolated showers, most likely to the north. Again, the bigger thing about Friday is that it's just going to be cool and breezy. But let me show you Saturday. You see that gigantic area of high pressure with clear weather to the west? That moves in this weekend and sets up shop. Let me show you what that looks like. This is for Saturday. Boom, high pressure. No precipitation. This is Sunday. high pressure. This is Monday, high pressure. Tuesday, high pressure. You get the picture. By Wednesday, we might be seeing a few showers moving back in. Yeah, but temperatures are going to be staying milder, more normal this time around. All right, so what does that look like in terms of the accumulations? Well, not much, really, for most. The more significant chance is going to be in the high elevations, as per normal, but even there, it probably won't be that much in terms of accumulating snow. There, again, may have been a brief burst there in the Taconics and into the Berkshires, where 1 to 2 inches, locally a little bit more, is possible. Same thing in southern Vermont, where 1 to 2 inches is the general rule, but there could locally be some higher amounts. And in the Adirondacks, it's generally looking like, maybe 1 to 2, 2 to 3, nothing too significant. And in the Hudson Valley, less than an inch. Really, a coating is going to be more likely at the most. And again, on most surfaces, paved surfaces, that's going to have a tough time sticking. A lot of that would melt once it lands. Catskills, same thing. 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3 in spots. Locally, there could be a few places that get a little bit more. But in general, this is not looking like a major winter event. Just kind of a nuisance for most. All right. Let's get to the forecast, shall we? And the good news. All right, today, tonight, tomorrow. That's not really the good news. You got to wait for the weekend. The 7-day forecast, that really has the good news. 44 degrees for today in the capital region in Hudson Valley. Hill towns will stay colder than that. North-northwest wind at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. It won't be a very windy day today. Might feel a little bit of a breeze at times, but it will definitely stay cool. Morning mix, afternoon rain, that's in the valleys, mountain snow. Tonight, 34, rain, snow mix gradually tapers down. Wraps up as we head overnight tonight. Yes, it's possible that even the capital region could see some snow showers tonight, but nothing major. No significant accumulation there. Winds stay at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, and tomorrow will be breezy. And it will be cool. High only in the mid-40s. Remember, normal high is 60. 46 for the high on Friday. Cool, breezy, mostly cloudy with an isolated shower possible. The timing of that looks like maybe a light shower in the morning, early on, and then maybe a later afternoon shower. I think most of the middle part of the day should be generally dry. Again, no major showers either. We're just talking about 1 or 2 isolated passing showers. Breezy northwest wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Could gust a little higher than that. All right, that's today, tonight, and tomorrow. But here is the 7-day forecast. Drum roll, please. Yeah, Steve Bott, good morning. Marie Smith, good morning. Michelle Bockelman, good morning. A coating of snow, now raining in Rosendale, New York. Have a great day. Dinkadin, bet the bears are confused. Yeah, I'm sure there are some confused animals right now. A lot of confused plants and vegetation, too. I'm guessing some of the flowering trees on my property don't know exactly what's going on. The flowers have been trying to push up, but they probably think they might have picked the wrong time of year as well. So for today, 44 degrees north at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Messy mix. Generally abysmal. Weather for today. Tomorrow, Friday, cool, breezy, isolated shower, 46, northwest wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Not a great day tomorrow either. However, we do get rewarded for our patience. Oh, we get a nice little stretch of weather coming up. And it has been hard-earned, definitely deserved. 54 degrees on Saturday, mostly sunny skies. Winds won't be too bad either, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. All right, then Sunday, a little warmer. 58 degrees Sunday. Looks bright and sunny as that high pressure takes full control. A north wind, light, very light, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, beautiful. A touch above average, 62 degrees with light, variable, barely noticeable winds and bright sunshine. Terrific. Tuesday looks even a little warmer. as that high pressure starts to move off the coast, still going to be keeping us mostly clear, but we're going to start to tap into some south winds, and that's going to bring up the temperatures even a little bit more. Looks like mid-60s for Tuesday. Mostly sunny, warm, pleasant. I think there's going to be a lot of shorts and T-shirts visible on Tuesday, probably earlier than that too, given how kind of cooped up everybody's been. And then Wednesday, it does look like a little bit cooler, but 56 degrees is a lot better than 46 or 44 degrees. So yes, temperatures next week will be up and down a bit. 50s maybe through the middle part of the week, but it does look like we'll get back maybe to the 60s towards the later part of the forecast period there next week. Anyways, 50s, 60s, that's a lot better than what we've been seeing recently. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a few showers. Doesn't look like a total washout, though. And again, 56 degrees compared to what we've gotten used to is still looking like a pretty decent day. Woo! All right. Finally starting to climb out of this hole that we have been stuck in. Judy Guthrie, good morning. Raining in Saratoga now. David Murata, thank you, Nick, for the update. Have an awesome day. You too, David. Aaron Connors, wow. Looks like spring might actually show up next week. Yes, it does. Gene Morgan, good morning. Addie Peckham, well, kids had vacation this week in Mass. Oof, bad timing. Yeah, and I know this time of year with the kids, they start getting a little bit stir crazy on those nice sunny days, looking longingly out the window. At least that's what I remember. Hey, hope everybody is having a decent work week despite the weather. Today won't be the worst day in the world, and it only gets better from here. Thanks for joining me here on Facebook Live and YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.